This 6th generation Volkswagen Polo Supermini is cleverer, smarter, classier, and certainly more charismatic and confident this time round, featuring some fresh new engines and a bit of extra high-tech in the Golf-style cabin to please loyal buyers. Ultimately though, it's still the carefully conservative choice it's always been. Low-key, but likeable. We were told that this new generation Polo would ride like a much larger car, and sure enough it does, easily shrugging off pock-marked urban surfaces. The sophistication that delivers this showing doesn't lie in intricate suspension design, but in the light stiff MQB A0 chassis that this Mark 6 model shares with other Volkswagen Group Superminis like Seat's 5th generation Ibiza. Through the corners, this Polo isn't quite as agile as its Spanish cousin or a rival Ford Fiesta. The rather light steering doesn't deliver a huge amount in terms of meaningful feedback, but body movements are well controlled and wider tracks deliver plenty of front-end grip. As for engines, well, almost all buyers in our market are going to order a Polo with petrol power. Specifically the 999cc 3-cylinder unit that now features in so many compact Volkswagen Group models. At the foot of the range, it appears in the normally aspirated MPI form that we're trying here, with either 65 PS or 75 PS. A better option, though, if you can stretch to it, is the turbocharged TSI version of this unit, available with either 95 PS and a 5-speed gearbox or 115 PS and a 6-speed gearbox. DSG auto transmission is also offered to TSI customers and to those who choose the other perkier petrol options, a 150 PS 1.5 TSI Evo power plant and the 200 PS 2-litre engine fitted to the flagship GTI hot hatch model. Two minority interest 1.6-litre TDI diesel variants developing either 80 PS or 95 PS are also available. Even the 1-litre petrol unit can deliver diesel levels of economy though, this particular 65 PS MPI version capable of 60.1 miles to the gallon on the combined cycle and 108 grams per kilometre of CO2. Volkswagen doesn't mess around too much with the fundamental aesthetics of its core models. Just as a Golf should always be recognisable as a Golf, so it is with the Polo. Yet within these constraints, it's also been necessary to move the design of this car forward. Volkswagen says that the styling of this 6th generation version is more masculine, and whisper it, even a little charismatic. It's certainly bigger, about the same size as the 4th generation Golf that was sold by the brand until 2003. This time round, this 5-door body style is the only one on offer, the 3-door version having been consigned to history after a production run of 42 years. As soon as you get in, just as in a Golf, you'll sense all the hallmarks of a really well-made car with the same glass-fronted 8-inch composition media infotainment screen you'd find on Volkswagen's larger family hatch, dominating the dash. Gone is the somewhat old-fashioned vertically stacked fascia of the previous Polo, and in its place, a more horizontally orientated design is based around this central fascia panel that positions all of the key controls on a higher plane that's more in your direct line of sight. That panel is fundamental to a revolutionary move in Volkswagen interior design, the availability of dash and associated centre stack trimming that isn't predominantly black. Reef blue, energetic orange, silver silk and deep iron colour options are all now available. Time to take a look in the back. Now, there ought to be big improvements here too, given this 6th generation model's 92mm increase in total wheelbase. Which is pretty much how it turns out. Though if you're familiar with the previous version of this car, you may find that this model's higher waistline and shallower rear window make it feel a little more enclosed than before. Now, particularly impressive is the improvement in shoulder room, though as with rival Superminis, that's not enough to make this bench in any way really suitable for the transport of 3 adults. And out back, well, it's mostly all good news. Avoid entry-level trim and you'll get this adjustable height floor that can be repositioned at a lower level if you've taller loads to carry. In terms of overall boot size, we're talking 355 litres, which is a massive 75 litres more than before, and 63 litres larger than the trunk you get in a rival Ford Fiesta. So where does all that leave us? Well, in one of those situations where everything's changed, but nothing is really very different. This 6th generation Polo is a big step on from its predecessor in just about every area you could name. But if you want one, the reasons why will probably be much as they've always been with this car. It feels a quality cut above its rivals. Opting for one of these suggests that you choose to drive a small car rather than necessarily needing to. It's a small but significant difference. At the end of the day, there's much to be said for an extra touch of quality and class. Seek those as your priorities and you'll find this little Super Mini more than happy to oblige.